She's thick. So, today's figure, I'm going to be taking a look at this one. It is a 1/6 scale figure of Coconut from Nekopara, made by a relatively brand new manufacturer, but so far they only have done like around 23 figures, so how does this stack up from a relatively new company? Well, I can tell you right off the bat right now, I would not recommend picking this up at the retail price that it is at, which is 17,000 yen. Now, I picked this up for 19,000 because I wanted the exclusive Ame pre-order bonus, which is this a little acrylic print here, which is actually has an illustration that is what the figure is based off of. And in terms of accuracy, the figure is pretty close to what this thing is, but there are some slight differences, which makes this thing not worth the purchase in my opinion. Not to say that it's terrible, but it could have been a lot better. I feel like most people can agree this was definitely not worth the price of 17K. If you can get it less than that, and you're a huge Coconut fan, mind you, definitely I would say, yeah, you can pick it up. Okay, so first off, let's start off with the box. I like the design. It's very matching with Nekopara's aesthetic. It's got like this beige, pink aesthetic going on with a bunch of paw prints all over the box and a big wide window. It looks good with a bunch of promotional pictures of the figure that don't really look like the figure on the box. One piece of tape, at least one piece of tape on mine, and you just peel it off. You can open up the box, get inside. Blister packaging. The figure actually comes itself already on the base, but there's a bunch of plastic and everything, so you have to take it off of the base. The base itself, clear circle plastic. Now, it would be super boring, but they did add these 6 hearts, which look very delicious to me for some reason. I don't know why they remind me of like chocolate hearts, even though I don't eat chocolate hearts. They just look very fluffy and very chewy for some reason. I don't know. They did a good job on that, I can tell you. Now, the way the figure goes onto the base itself, there's 2 pegs on the blue heart, one for each leg, and then there's a small peg hole on the orange heart for her hair, because one of the hair pieces kind of molds into a little peg that you can put inside. Now, in terms of stability, that you may ask the question, is this stable? Will this fall over time? It does feel a little bit fragile, but I feel like if you leave it alone, it's not really going to do anything. So stability-wise, I think it's okay. Now, the figure itself can be detached from her left leg. Yeah, which, if you're really anal about it, you can definitely see that there's a seam there. Obviously, it's portrayed as, like, her legs are kind of clamped in, so you can't see anything, but you can definitely tell there's probably a seam there. But that's a minor nitpick. Now, in terms of sculpt, this figure is fantastic, I think. They did the hair extremely well. It's nice and flowy. I like that. You know, the ears look really fluffy as well, and her tail does too. Her chest is big, but it's not overly big. I feel like they did a very nice balance there. Her legs look really smooth and fairly thick, which is nice. Her belly button is actually fairly well sculpted. I can even see it right now, and it looks great. Let's get on to the paint. In terms of the paint job, the hair definitely got the best job out of the bunch. All right, the hair's got a decent amount of shading on it, not too much, because I feel like if they did add too much, it would make Coconut's hair look a little bit more brown than platinum blonde, because her hair is very blonde. Her top is fairly detailed with a couple of folds you can see. The paint job is fairly flat. There's not a whole lot of shading going on, but it's okay. Her shoes are just a straight up deep purple. There's not really any shading on there. I do like the look of it, but it probably is pretty plain to some of you. The hearts, as I said before, the paint job on them looks pretty fantastic in my opinion. It looks very delicious. And the skin, it's good, like it looks really smooth and I like that, but there's kind of a little discrepancy where her legs are sort of a different shade compared to her body torso and the upper chest area. Like you can't probably tell on camera, but her upper chest area is definitely a lot more orangey. It has an orange tint. She's wearing like a Donald Trump filter or something compared to her legs, which look a lot more lighter. Now the whole figure in general is, I think, a lot more tanned compared to the promotional pictures. Now, understandably, Coconut is a very tanned character. Well, not very tanned, but compared to the rest of the Nekopara cast, she is a tanned character. But I feel like for this figure, they definitely dialed the saturation bar just a tad over to the right a little too much. You probably can't tell on camera. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but one of my friends actually said that her fingers look like sausages, which I can kind of see now. And I wish he didn't say that to me because they kind of look like that now to me and I can't really get it out of my mind. So yeah, overall skin tone, I'm okay with it. Now, the worst part of the figure and its main gimmick is the booty shorts. The booty shorts were made so that you can take them off fully, or maybe you want to slide them down a little bit, have them still on her legs, you know? But the issue with that is that compared to the promotional pictures, it's night and day difference. The material that they used here is sort of like a silicone rubbery material. But the downside to this material is that it's not very easily detailed. Look at this, and then look at the promotional picture. See the difference? It's night and day. You can see a lot more detail on her jeans inside of the promotional pictures because they probably actually used actual PVC for her shorts in these promotional pictures. Either that or they did some heavy Photoshop editing. You can see a lot more details. You can see like the little end cuffs of the booty shorts. It looks a lot more puffier and looks a lot more, you know, refined. This looks very cheap and feels very cheap. Now I can see why they made it this way. Obviously, maybe to cut down on costs and also to just make it easier for the end user to just remove them. One way they could have circumvented this is that they used PVC shorts, but you can detach both legs so it's easier to take off and then you can put it back on. Of course, there's the whole issue with seams and everything, but honestly, that should have been a fixed problem anyways. Or they could have just gone with like a separate body piece with the shorts off or with the shorts slightly on. Legitimately, I probably would have preferred the figure without the ability to take it off and just have PVC shorts rather than this rubber crap. Just my preference. But yeah, you can take them off, and I don't think I will, but very nice curve on the inside, I will tell you that right now. But that's it. Do I recommend this figure? No. If you're a huge Coconut fan, then maybe. If you're willing to step up the purchase, if it looks great to you, like, honestly, it's not bad, okay? But it's definitely not worth the price, in my personal opinion. You might have a different one. You might think it is worth, and anything I just said is complete baloney, but there you go. She's not bad. I love Coconut, don't get me wrong. My favorite Nekopara cat girl, but could have been a lot better. Now, they are a relatively new manufacturer, so can't really give them too much crap, I guess. And that is it for me. So if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, because that would be fantastic. By the way, next video will probably be a Q&A, which I actually made a tweet about it. If you want to go reply to the tweet and get your question in if you have one, feel free, or you can just leave a comment down below. I'll choose a couple of YouTube comments too. So if you have a question for the next video, just comment down below. That's been it for me, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Huge thanks to my patrons Seswat, Beast, Godusui, Catwise, Ralku, Malahat, Tiso, Satsui, Casual Arrogance, Randy, Hentia, and Fritz.
Oh my god, short. Are you Jesus?
Behind me, peek, Peter.
I think he's on.
Nope.